Hey guys, we are back with what's sold on our online business for the weekend. Friday through Sunday sales, a very, very strong weekend for us. A couple of big ticket items, one very big one that sold within one day. There was only $100 and we did quite well on that one. So we'll go over that. This is my beautiful wife, Linda. She's already tired, as you can see. So we're going to try to get through this though, because we got to get all this packed up so we can go to bed and then start tomorrow and hopefully have some more stuff to show you guys. So how did we do?
So today we had 35 sales for the weekend. And actually one just sold like literally 2 minutes ago. And so we ended at just under $20.75.
$20.75. That's pretty good. That's $2,075, guys, not $20.
$20.75.
Otherwise, we're selling pennies, and that ain't fun.
We might be able to pay the bills.
So let's get into it. First item that we have.
First item is one of many. We actually just had four pairs of shoes sell this weekend, which is crazy for us. But we have a pair of Nike Women's Air Max X's.
Is it gray?
Yeah, they're black and pink and gray. All kinds of colors on those. And those sold for $45 shipped.
Those were $10. So 10 to 45. Shipping is usually $8 to $12 for us, depending. Plenty of room for profit there.
This one's on the bottom underneath the jeans. And then we have this men's Rockmount Ranch wear Western kind of shirt. It's black and it's got floral embroidery on it. And that one sold for $55 shipped.
$55. That was $2. Guy, that's the only thing I bought from that guy was that, and it sold pretty quickly too.
Then we have a Cuisinart food processor. This is the work bowl cover and the pusher all together.
I usually put these pieces together. They sell pretty well like that.
And they sold for $39.
$39, guys. That's why we like parting out the kitchen stuff. It does make money. It's usually pretty easy. It's better than shipping the whole unit. Granted, it'll probably take you more time to sell it all, but usually more money to be made that way.
Then we have a No Game
PSP
case. That's the word I'm looking for. This is a PSP.
In the title, probably.
This is a PSP case for Grand Theft Auto Liberty City, and that one sold for $13 and some change.
I've got asked before, do you ever get returns on these? Because someone, thought they bought the game, and every once in a while, yes, there's some. Usually, I have it in the first part. It says no game. It says it in the condition, says it in the description, but every once in a while, someone will be like, "Oh, I thought there was a game here." It's like, no, you weren't getting the deal of the century. No, this was an empty case, as it showed in the photos and the title and everywhere. So it does happen, but people will buy them, guys, because they do want to make complete set. They want the map or whatever. They want to make their collection complete. So. And
next up, we have this vintage Casio-Tone MT68 keyboard. It does have the power cord with it. Cameron tested it over there, clanking on the keys.
Yeah, it's actually been in her parents' house for a while there. We had it over there. I didn't have a power cord for it. So
now we got one.
Well, I found one that actually can do different voltages and stuff. It's one of the ones you can adjust, and I used that one and tested it out. It worked, and then I sold it for
$90 shipped.
So yeah, $90 shipped on that one. That sold within like 2 days. It is a bit bigger, but when you're getting $90 for it, you can afford to pay a little bit in shipping.
Next up, we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is a sealed DVD. It's the deluxe edition. Ooh, fancy. And that sold for $15 shipped.
That was $1.50 at a garage sale. Bought a bunch of sealed Disney stuff. Usually the non-sealed stuff doesn't sell that well, but the DVDs. But sealed ones people will buy. Then, last air filter, huh?
Yeah. Cameron bought a bunch of those vintage toys from the same guy who sold us the manuals, and he sold us a bunch of car parts. And this is a K&N 33 2021 high flow air filter. It is new, but in open box, and it sold for $35 shipped.
$35.
Then this one's crazy.
Yeah, this one's kind of crazy.
Yeah, kind of. So this is a sealed Game Boy Advance copy of Mary-Kate and Ashley Girls Night Out.
Ooh.
I don't know about you, but I've never played this game, nor would I have bought this game on my own.
This was from a sealed Game Boy buy. Not a sealed, it was a Game Boy buy from Salvation Army Auction. That probably doesn't say it, but that's where I got it. I bought 4 games for like $20 shipped, and this was in there.
So 4 games, $20 shipped.
A couple sold for like 10 or 50, not a whole lot. And
this game was in there.
Yeah.
It is going global shipping program. And this game itself sold for $106.24.
So some big Mary-Kate and Ashley fans spent a lot of money on this.
Serious Mary-Kate and Ashley fans right
Happy
there.
to see it go, though. Not perfect. It's not in perfect shape. There's a little bit of creasing and stuff. But it's pretty good overall.
That's
But
just
yeah,
nuts.
$106.
Then we have a Samsung Smart Cam replacement cap cover thing, and that sold for $15 shipped.
We actually sold the camera for like $80 a couple of months ago, and it was returned because the cameras get synced to accounts. And this one looked brand new. It was brand new open box, but the person must have registered the camera and they put everything back to plastic, so they never actually installed it. So the person got it and said, this one's locked. I can't use it. I called Samsung. There's nothing we can do. He sent it back. Obviously, I didn't know. And I sold just I took the cap off and the power cord. Yeah, so I got the pet cap and the power cord to sell, and that sold for
$15.
Yeah, so that helped us recoup some of the shipping that we lost on the way out there.
Then from our local Goodwill, we have a Hilo Hattie men's Hawaiian shirt. It's all kinds of bright pink and blue and green. That thing is crazy. It is a 3XL, which is awesome. It is made in Hawaii, which, there you go. You got your authentic Hawaiian shirt for $31.50 shipped.
Yeah, I think I paid $5. I don't remember. But Hawaiian shirts, Hilo Hattie, whatever you pronounce that brand, some of them sell really well. Usually the big, bright, ones sell for me, especially in bigger sizes. So
we have this awesome computer right here.
You'll see in the screen. Okay. So this is an item that I spent $100 on in the garage. So the guy wanted $150. He said he didn't know if it worked. It came with some other stuff too, some computer software. This is a Commodore, what is the number?
1084S.
1084S. So this is a pretty, if you know about Commodore, it's an old video game system. They sell pretty well. This is just a monitor. Comes in the original box. He said he didn't know if it worked. He threw in the games. I said, what's the best you could do? He said $100 and you can get the games for free. I had my son with me and we picked it up and I tested it this weekend or Friday or whatever. Friday, I think it was.
Yeah, Friday.
Thursday or Friday, I ended up testing it, and it sold over the weekend for
$550.
$550, guys. I did test it pretty well. I hooked up a little plug-and-play Pac-Man to it.
Yeah, and it went off.
And I turned it on, adjusted the color, and you can move the positioning of the image like vertically and horizontally. To mess with the volume to make sure it was working and different things, and everything worked very well on it. It was still wrapped in a plastic bag inside the box. It had all the styrofoam, the instructions, a lot of the cords. A lot of them were still, a couple of them were still wrapped up. So it looked like it either wasn't used much or not used at all, but got it for $100 and we sold it for $550 shipped. And it's going to Washington, I believe, which is very close to us. We're in California, so that will be pretty nice for shipping wise. It shouldn't cost us too much. So keep an eye out for Commodore stuff. Don't be afraid to buy something and pay up. You can make some money, guys.
Next up, we have a pair of Nike women's T-Light 8s. I think they're white and they're size 7.5, sold for $44 shipped.
44.
Is that from Grandma too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who those are from, but yeah, we sold one pair for $45 and Nikes those for $44.
Then we got a Scam Band.
We're almost out.
$12 shipped every time. And then next up, we have this teeny little thing that I couldn't find. This is a vintage Craftsman drive slide T-bar. And that sold for $15 and some change. Actually.
$15 for those little tools, guys. Again, our newest probably niche, if you will, that we're selling in is the tools. They sell pretty well. If you can find them at an estate store or something, good USA made brands, you can part them out and make some money. We have another one to show you a little bit later.
Next up, we got a sock. No, this is a club glove. It's for a 4-iron. I'm not sure the brand.
Club glove. That's
Club
brand.
glove is the brand. Oh, okay.
The club glove.
Club glove 4-iron, and that one's we got when Kylie was here.
Yep.
Cameron got a bunch of them.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole set though. Otherwise, I would have sold it as a whole set, but I did not. So I sold them individually, and they sold for
just under $11 shipped.
And I sold one for $12 or $13 already as well. The pitching whip. So they don't sell really well. I don't recommend parting on all these head covers, but there can be some profit.
Next up, we got a pair of Skechers Delight air-cooled memory foam shoes. These are from Grandma, and they sold for $35 shipped.
$35. So we sold all the shoes she gave us. Of course, they most had very little wear, so it was easy to sell them.
Next up, we have a lot of 10 large print books. They're like mystery murder ones, and they sold for $40 shipped, and we did pick them up at our local library's used bookstore.
They were about $1 a piece. Maybe got a little bit of a discount, I'm not sure. But with the books, they're not the same author, just mostly mystery ones. I've done this before with the ones from the library. I don't like to, not buy anything when I'm there. So I grabbed the Bible and they had these books and I was like, I could probably make some money on them. So I grabbed a lot of 10 And they sold over the weekend for like $40. So pretty quickly, we'll ship a medium mail. We'll make like $15, maybe a little bit more on the deal. So nothing wrong with that.
Next up, we have a pair of True Religion straight boot cut jeans. They are distressed, a size 26-29, sold for just under $30 shipped.
Yep, True Religion. Could never afford those growing up.
No.
But you probably wouldn't have worn them anyways, you know.
Next up, we got a random book. This is a Pharmacopoeia. No, it's just Pharmaco, and then it's Poeia. I don't know. But it's plant powers, poisons, and herb crafts, sold for $16 shipped.
That's from one of the book buys we had. But it sells. We have pretty good luck with books, guys.
Next up, we have a vintage Coleman set.
Yeah, this is a Coleman, like, cooler, but smaller coolers. It's in the original box. I got it.
It comes with, like...
Probably 2 years.
Does it come with all the pieces?
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah, so it's a bonus pack, and it has, like, the, I think the picture shows, like, the big cooler, the little cooler, the drink.
It all fits inside this big cooler.
Yeah, it all, like, pops together. It's really cool.
It was $10 at a garage, so I thought, someone might want this who likes vintage stuff or whatever, and it sold finally after a couple years for...
$136
The box is pretty... I mean, it's a cooler, so the box is pretty big, so it probably will cost us a good amount of money to ship it. Probably would not buy it again, honestly, because it's taken a while, but we'll make some decent money on it, and it's going to be out of here.
Next up, we have a pack of 2002 vintage PRG toys. They look like they're possibly from Wendy's.
That's what someone said, that PRG toys are Wendy's toys. I went in the action figure group. There was no way to find them via Google Lens. No one could find any in the action figure group. The only thing they said was, I remember PRG toys, I believe, made Wendy's or Happy Meal toys. Not for McDonald's, but for some other, for Wendy's or Burger King or something. So.
But they look like little alligator lizard things. We weren't really
Cowboy
sure.
Ones.
But they're Western figures,
Yep.
and they sold for $20 shipped for 3 of them.
Yep, and they were $1, so that was definitely worth it. Took a chance.
Next up, we have this Yamaha silent brass system for trumpet something.
Yeah, you like basically put the little thing in the end of the trumpet, and I guess it allows you to hook it up to headphones so you can hear
without
yourself
being
playing,
annoying.
but it's not playing for everybody else, I guess. That's what I
cool.
believe it's for. So like a student or a kid at home playing and they don't want everybody else to hear, you just put this thing in the end of the trumpet, hook it up to this little box that hooks to a headphone, and you can listen to what you're playing. I believe that's what it is. It was $10 and it sold for
$85 shipped.
$85. I knew it was a good one. I looked it up at the sale. So
next up we have, and I was kind of wondering about this one. So this out of the $700 manual buy, this is a 2006 S2000. We sold a lot of S2000s lately.
Yep.
And it sold for $125 shipped.
And that'll be the only visit from the manual buy this week, and only one sale from there. But that's okay. It was a good one.
It's this one. Next up, we have a Spalding Executive Fish Scale 1-iron. 1-iron jet. Does that matter?
No, the jet is what kind of shaft it is.
Oh, okay.
1-iron, they don't make 1-irons really. It's not something you see. But this is the fish scales because of this little part right here. You probably can't really see it, but it's like, looks like fish scales. Spalding not usually being a club you want to spend any money on because it doesn't usually have a good resale value. But this is a 1-iron on a fish scale club. Got a whole bag of clubs for $5. Didn't even know this was in there. Wasn't really paying attention. Just saw a couple clubs I wanted. They only wanted 5. But this one sold for
$55 shipped.
and it sold within like a couple days. So that was a good one. And we have the rest of the Spalding Executive clubs we're selling as a set, but I did not include the 1-iron because it sells much better by itself.
Next up, we got a PS4 game. This is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
Yeah.
Sold for $13 shipped.
$13. Easy peasy.
Next up, we got a box only. This is an Apple iPad Pro. And it sold for $25 shipped. Just for the box, guys. That's it. Next up, we have this cool vintage Kamenstein gray elephant teapot. It does the whistling and stuff, and it's super cute. It looks like a little elephant.
It's definitely not in great shape. I tried
No,
to
it's
clean
not.
it up, but some of it might come up a little better, but it's not.
Yeah, we just gotta be careful cleaning it because it looks like this is like maybe painted on, so it might come off. We gotta be careful.
But this was like a $2.
And it sold for $40 shipped.
I mean, who could pass that up? I had
It's
to pick
adorable.
it up for $2. The bottom's not in the greatest shape either.
No,
But
it's
I'm
been sitting
thinking-
on a stove for
yeah, I'm
far too
thinking
long.
someone's probably just going to use it more as a decoration.
I wouldn't use it for tea. Next up, we have a Nike VRP pitching wedge. Look at that. Golf
She's
club.
learning.
It is a right-handed club, and it sold for $70 shipped.
I think I paid $15 for this at a sale. I don't usually pay $15 for an iron, but I mean Nike. So Nike clubs sell. They don't make clubs anymore, I don't believe. Nike clubs are pretty good sellers. Don't go spend $15 in every one, but if you see a Nike golf club, look it up. See, it should have, if it's a pitching wedge, a model, look up something on there because a lot of them do have some value.
Next up, we have an Eastco combo wrench, a 12 millimeter,
Made in USA.
and it sold for $13.50 shipped.
$13. One wrench, guys. Just in a little cardboard and a bubble mailer for $13. Easy.
Next up for PS3, we got Prince of Persia, and that one sold for $12 shipped.
Never played this game. It always looked interesting, but
And then we have this cool little guy. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He's a vintage metalhead one. So he's from 1989, so he looks like a robot, basically. He is missing one of his hands, unfortunately, but he still sold for $8 shipped. Then we got this cool remote. This is an official Pioneer stereo receiver remote.
Don't sleep on remotes, guys. I say
Nope.
this all the time. Don't sleep on them.
For those of you taking notes, this is XXD3108. Sold for $23 shipped.
$23, guys, for a receiver remote. Just so easy. Again, it's like the media. It's like the books. It's just stuff that's in a bubble mailer. It's on its way. We'll put a little bubble wrap around it or whatever, but just if you test them right, clean them up, usually low risk of return. Definitely a good category to be in, especially if you're a newer reseller. Really easy to step into that and have some success.
Yep. And then we got a pair of Asics Men's Gel Cayano.
Yeah.
Look at that. And these are this cool deep aqua with neon green on there. So $40 shipped.
That's the last pair of shoes we have.
Then we got this book. This is a Rainbow English Castle Magic.
Yeah, it's like a band thing, though.
Oh, okay. It is out of Rock and Roll By, and it sold for
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
$40 shipped.
$40.
Then out of the $100 Jazz Buy, Cameron got just recently. This is Batman animated movie Mask of the Phantasm soundtrack, and that one actually sold for $27 shipped.
So on the Jazz 100 buy, we're doing pretty well. We sold a $45 book the other day, or $50 book. We sold a $15 book, and now this. So we're getting there. We spent $100. We're not in the profits yet, but it won't be long. And I list like $2,000 worth of media stuff, and I still have a tiny box left of books. So definitely more profit to come. But yeah, $27 for one little CD use. We'll take it. That's everything we got, though. Nothing on the other platforms, guys. Nothing came through. It didn't really cross-post a lot this week. No. It's been a busy week for us here with everything going on, but hopefully we'll get back to it this week, and we'll see some more sales and everything next week. So stay tuned. If anything else sells, Linda will be back. If not, we'll both see you in the next video. Take care.